Question 311. How do you handle the integration of ethical considerations in your subject matter? Integrating ethical considerations into my curriculum is crucial, especially in fields where moral dilemmas are prevalent. I introduce ethical frameworks and case studies that challenge students to analyze real-world scenarios. Through discussions and debates, I encourage students to explore different perspectives and the implications of their decisions. Assignments may include reflective essays where students articulate their ethical viewpoints and reasoning. I also invite guest speakers from industry who can share their experiences navigating ethical challenges. By fostering a culture of ethical inquiry, I prepare students to think critically about their responsibilities and the societal impact of their future work. Question 312. Describe how you would implement a new technology tool in your classroom. Implementing a new technology tool begins with thorough research to ensure it aligns with my learning objectives. I pilot the tool in a small group to assess its effectiveness and gather feedback. During full implementation, I provide clear instructions and demonstrations to familiarize students with the tool's functions. I incorporate it gradually into lessons, ensuring students understand its purpose and benefits. I also create opportunities for collaborative projects that leverage the tool, enhancing its relevance. Regular check-ins allow me to assess student comfort levels and address any challenges. By fostering an environment of exploration, I encourage students to embrace technology as a learning aid. Question 313. How do you ensure that your teaching practices are inclusive and equitable? To ensure inclusive and equitable teaching practices, I adopt a culturally responsive approach that recognizes and values the diverse backgrounds of my students. I incorporate varied teaching methods and materials, ensuring that all voices and perspectives are represented. I provide multiple ways for students to demonstrate their understanding, accommodating different learning preferences. Additionally, I actively seek feedback from students about their experiences in the classroom, using it to inform my practices. Establishing clear guidelines for respectful discourse promotes a safe space for open dialogue. By continuously reflecting on my teaching and seeking professional development, I strive to create an equitable learning environment. Question 314. Describe your strategies for adapting teaching methods when faced with unexpected challenges, such as a sudden shift to remote learning. Adapting to unexpected challenges, such as a sudden shift to remote learning, requires flexibility and quick decision-making. I quickly assess the situation, identifying essential course content and learning outcomes. I transition my materials to an online format, utilizing learning management systems to provide access to resources and assignments. I redesign my lessons to incorporate asynchronous and synchronous components, ensuring student engagement through interactive elements like discussion forums and virtual office hours. Communication is key. I keep students informed about changes and provide support for any technical difficulties. By fostering a resilient learning environment, I help students navigate disruptions while maintaining educational continuity. Question 315. What strategies do you employ to engage students who may have varying levels of prior knowledge in a technical subject, such as programming? I begin by assessing students' existing knowledge through informal surveys or discussions. I then tailor my teaching approach, using differentiated instruction techniques. For example, I offer foundational resources for beginners while providing advanced topics for more experienced students. I encourage collaborative projects where peers can learn from each other, fostering an inclusive environment. Regular feedback and formative assessments help me adjust my methods as needed, ensuring all students feel supported and challenged. Question 316. How do you integrate real-world applications into your curriculum for a cloud computing course? I incorporate case studies and industry projects that demonstrate cloud computing's practical applications in various sectors, such as healthcare or finance. Guest lectures from industry professionals provide insights into current trends and challenges. Additionally, I design assignments that require students to solve real-world problems using cloud tools like AWS or Azure, encouraging hands-on experience. This approach not only reinforces theoretical knowledge, but also prepares students for future job opportunities by making the learning process relevant and engaging. Question 317. Can you describe your experience with continuous integration, continuous deployment, CI/CD pipelines in an educational context? In my courses, I teach students the fundamentals of CI/CD pipelines using tools like Jenkins and GitLab C. I emphasize the importance of automation in software development, highlighting how CI/CD facilitates faster and more reliable software delivery. Students work on projects where they implement a CI/CD pipeline, allowing them to experience version control, automated testing, and deployment processes firsthand. This practical exposure equips them with valuable skills sought after in the tech industry, preparing them for real-world development environments. Question 318. What methods do you use to assess student performance in a hands-on programming class? I utilize a combination of formative and summative assessments to gauge student performance. Formative assessments include quizzes, peer code reviews, and in-class coding exercises that provide immediate feedback. Summative assessments consist of project-based assignments where students must demonstrate their programming skills in real-world scenarios. Rubrics are used to provide clear criteria for evaluation, focusing on code quality, functionality, and problem-solving approaches. This multidimensional assessment strategy helps ensure students develop both theoretical understanding and practical skills. Question 319. How do you address potential cultural differences in a diverse classroom setting? I foster an inclusive classroom environment by promoting open dialogue about cultural differences and encouraging students to share their perspectives. I incorporate diverse examples and case studies that reflect various cultures and experiences. Additionally, I adapt my teaching style to accommodate different learning preferences and backgrounds, ensuring that all students feel valued. I encourage collaboration among students from different cultures, which not only enriches the learning experience, but also prepares them for working in diverse teams in the workforce. Question 320. Describe your approach to troubleshooting common technical issues students face in a computer lab environment. I implement a proactive troubleshooting framework that empowers students to resolve issues independently. This includes creating a comprehensive FAQ resource that addresses common problems and their solutions. During lab sessions, I encourage students to diagnose issues collaboratively by asking guiding questions. I also facilitate peer-to-peer support, fostering a collaborative atmosphere where students learn from each other. For more complex issues, I provide targeted guidance and demonstrate effective troubleshooting techniques, ensuring students gain confidence in their problem-solving abilities.